Hello everyone and welcome back to ZakLiT educational channel. So this is the West Bengal set environmental science paper discussion. We will be starting from question number 61 because we have already discussed first 60 questions in this paper. So if you haven't watched the previous video, the links are provided in the I button. You can go and check those links. So without much delay, let's get started. So before knowing all these answers, I would request you to get ready with your notebook so that you can write down the important points which will be going to very helpful in the upcoming examinations. So let's start with the question number 61. Question 61 is environment policy aims to do what? So these are the options. I will wait for certain seconds, then I will reveal the correct option. So here the correct option will be option number C. Yes, environment policy, they aim to promote fairness among people and groups in the use of resources. So that will be judicial use of all the resources, sustainable use. For that only environmental policies and laws are having this aim. So let's move on to the question number 62. Question 62 is read the following statements and then we have to select which of these statements are true and which are false. So first statement is gap analysis uses GIS to overlay protected conservation areas with low biodiversity areas. So this statement I will tell you it is completely wrong because gap analysis doesn't use overlay method. Overlay analysis uses GIS to overlay the conservation areas with low biodiversity areas. So first statement is wrong. Next is CITES, CITES 1975 is a step toward worldwide protection of extinct flora and fauna. It is also incorrect. Why? Because CITES, that full form you should note down, it is Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. So this was in Washington Convention. It is also known as Washington Convention. It was in Geneva, Switzerland in the year 1975. So this is for the protection of endangered flora and fauna, not extinct flora and fauna. So this statement is also incorrect. Coming to the third statement, it is vulnerable species have been locally depleted by human activities. This is correct. Invasive species are major threat to native biodiversity. It is also incorrect. So first two statements will be false and other two will be true. So false, false, true. Here two options are given. So both of them will be correct. Everybody should be getting the answer, whoever has selected option B or option C. Let's move to the next question. Question number 63. Very chocolate question. In which year Basel Convention was signed? So we all know it was signed in the year 1989. Coming to the question number 64. Question 64 is for groundwater exploration, the best geophysical method is what? So I will tell you all these four are the method for groundwater exploration. They are gravity method, resistivity method, seismic reflection and magnetic field. But it is asking which is the best geophysical method. So here the correct option will be option number C. Seismic reflection is the best method to explore the groundwater. So here you should know that seismic reflection is there and one more thing is there, seismic refraction. So two are the different things and two differences are very important differences that in seismic reflection what happens is we can get the information about thousands of meters. But in case of seismic refraction technique, we can only get the information for about 100 meters. So seismic reflection is having the preference over the seismic refraction. Coming to the next question, question number 65. Plate motions are recognized by what? So this is asking about the tectonic plate movements and here the correct option will be option number A. The tectonic plate motions are recognized by their relative motion to each other or one another. Let's move to the next question. So this is rapid revision, that's why I'm not discussing more. Question 66. The discharge per unit drawdown of a well is called as what? So this is for the groundwater. The questions are also very important, frequently asked, and here the correct option will be option number C. The discharge per unit drawdown of a well is called as its specific capacity. Let's move to the next question. Question 67. A geological formation that neither contains nor transmits water is called as what? So this is also very frequently asked question in the environmental science as well as in the geological examination. So here the question's answer will be option number C. Aquifuge is the geological formation that neither contains nor transmit water. So here, as you can see, this table is very important. You should note down which have the storage or transmission or yielding capacity, these groundwater channels. First is aquifer. It stores, it transmits, as well as it yields water. Next is aquiclude. It stores but it does not transmits, and also it does not yield. Next is aquitard. Aquitard, it stores, it transmits, but it yields very slowly. So retarding, so aquitard, it is slowly yielding. Next is aquifuge. Aquifuge, as we have discussed in this question, it neither stores nor transmits, and it also doesn't yield. So that is aquifuge. Let's move on to the question 68. Question 68 is, harmonic tremor is a more or less oscillating ground motion during volcanic eruption with a frequency of what? So हार्मोनिक ट्रेमर का यहाँ पे पूछा गया है फ्रीक्वेंसी कितना से कितना रेंज में आता है. So here the correct option will be option number B. Yes, actually it comes within 0.5 to 5 hertz, but in these four options this will be more close, that is 0.5 to 10 hertz. Coming to the next question, question 69. The linear law of flow of groundwater was given by which of the following scientists? And it is also very important numerical question comes from here. It is given by H. Darcy or Darcy's law. Option A will be correct. And if you want to know about this numerical, you can check the link in the I button, which is very important for the upcoming examinations. Let's move to the question 70. Question 70 is, pegmatites can be explained as what kind of rocks? So they are magmatic rocks, but what kind of? Late, old, intrusive or extrusive? So here I will tell you, they are late magmatic intrusive rock. That means they are the final stage of magma crystallization. These rocks are from their pegmatites. Let's move to the next question. Question 71. An associated trouble with the rising water table is what? So when the water table is rising, so what can be the possible trouble for us? So the trouble will be increase of salinity of soil. Yes, if the water table rises, the regions where it is close to the coastal area, the salinity of soil will be automatically increased because the water will intrude. Coming to the next question, question 72. Which of the following belongs to the category of nuclear disaster? Yes, nuclear disasters event have been given here. Fukushima disaster in Japan, Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island incident, the Love Canal disaster. So among the four, which belong to the nuclear disaster category? So I will tell you, these three are the correct options. A, 1, 2 and 3. That means Fukushima disaster, Chernobyl disaster and 3 Mile Island incident. Option A will be correct. But this Love Canal disaster which took place in New York, it is not a kind of nuclear disaster. It is kind of the chemical dumping which resulted in groundwater pollution, which was called as a Love Canal disaster. Chemical dumping which resulted in groundwater pollution. Let's move on to the next question. Question 73. A volcanic eruption will be violent if there is what? Whether it is high silica, low silica or low volatiles or high volatiles. So here the correct option will be when the volcanic eruption will be having high silica content and high volatile contents, then it will be called as the violent volcanic eruption. So 73 option B will be correct. Coming to the next question, question number 64. Pedology is related to what? It is also very simple question. Pedology is the study of soil. So option A will be correct. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following is a sedimentary cycle? Yes, this is also important. The biogeochemical cycle, one of the frequent last questions in the examination. So here, very easy, if you know, option D will be correct. Phosphorus cycle is the sedimentary cycle. So you should also know what are the other sedimentary cycle. Question number 75. So here, iron, calcium, sulfur and phosphorus. So iron, calcium, phosphorus and sulfur. These all are the sedimentary cycle. So let's move on to the next question. Question 76. So I hope you have noted down all these things. The present day atmosphere and oceans are a result of what? So these questions have been asked frequently. This is also conceptual one. So here the correct option will be option number B. Volcanic eruptions are the major reason for the present day atmosphere, because they release the gases and they interact with the atmospheric chemicals and they result in the atmosphere of our ocean and present day atmosphere. So this is the correct option, option B. Coming to the next question, question 77. The most efficient device for removal of particulate pollutants from flue gas is what? So wherever it is given particulate gas, particulate pollutants, you should always hit this option, that is electrostatic precipitator. So 77 question, correct option will be option number B. Let's move to the question 78. The hydraulic conductivity of a rock is expression of its what? So here some of you were confused. So don't get confused with porosity and permeability. The correct option will be permeability. Yes, it is not porosity. Let's move to the next question. Question 79. Which one of the following analytical technique is used to measure the element sodium? So here the correct option will be flame photometry technique is used to analyze the sodium. Along with that, what are the other elements you should know? Sodium, potassium, lithium, calcium and cesium. So all these things are the elements which can be analyzed with the help of flame photometry. Let's move to the next question. Question number 80. Which one of the following materials has the highest porosity? So this also creates confusion in between your mind. So here what will be the correct option? Option number A. Yes, clay is the mineral or material which is having the highest porosity. So don't get confused between porosity and permeability. Gravel. So this gravel is having the highest permeability, but clay is having the highest porosity. So this is the concept. Remember this thing. Coming to the next question. Question 81 is the match the following. So here match the following. You have to match with all these correct options. I will not take much time here. I will tell you which instruments are used for which of the following techniques. So here question number 81, what will be the correct option? So the correct option, first you have to measure with the visibility. So if you know what is visibility, that means, or you can take that what is evapotranspiration, so you can match with the correct option. So here option number C will be correct, A with 1. That means aerosol concentration will match with the ceilometer. So ceilometer is used for aerosol concentration for their measurement. Upward downward long wave radiation. So what does that mean? That means long wave radiation, that is infrared. So infrared is upward or it is longer wave than the visible. So for that what we use? We use what? We use the pyrgeometer. So for infrared detection. So option number C will be correct. So here upward downward long wave radiation, it will be pyrgeometer. Next is for visibility. So visibility what we use transmissometer. So C will match with the 4, transmissometer. Then is evapotranspiration, very important. It is measured through the lysimeter, which is used to detect the evapotranspiration rate. Then last but not the least, soil moisture content. So it is measured with the help of tensiometer. So these are important. Aerosol concentration, ceilometer. Upward downward long wave radiation, that is infrared radiation, through pyrgeometer. Visibility, transmissometer. Evapotranspiration from lysimeter, and soil moisture through tensiometer. So I hope you have noted down. Let's move on to the next question. Question 82. Runoff consists of what? So here correct option will be runoff consists of all these things: surface runoff, groundwater flow, precipitation over catchment area also. So here 82 option D will be correct. All of these are the constituents for the runoff. Let's move to the next question. Question 83. On what basis mass spectrometer separates ion? So this is analytical technique. On the basis of mass to charge ratio, the mass spectrometer separate different ions. So here it is indicated in the form of MyZ, that is mass to charge ratio, where Z is the charge. Coming to the next question. Question 84. Which mineral shows high grade of metamorphism? Metamorphism, it is not an animal. How it metamorphoses? So it is geological metamorphosis. Which mineral shows high grade of metamorphism? Here it will be option number A, chlorite. So 84. Actually it will be what you should note down. It will be granulite. So granulite shows the maximum or the highest grade of metamorphism. But in these 4 options, chlorite will be correct. Let's move to the question 85. Coming from the Environmental chemistry, that is Gibbs energy. What is the relation between Gibbs free energy, that is G, and electromotive force, that is called as EMF of a cell? F is Faraday, E is EMF of the cell, N is the number of electrons. So among the four options, which will be correct? I will wait for certain seconds. So here correct option will be option number A, when del G, that is Gibbs free energy change, is equal to minus NFE of cell, that means minus of number of electrons multiplied by Faraday constant, and EMF of the cell, that is electromotive force of the cell. So option A will be correct. It can come in the numerical form also. You should note down this formula. Coming to the next question. Question 86. Which rock is more prone to landslides? Prone to landslides means where these rocks are present, there is more chances of landslides in that region. So here the correct option will be what? It will be option number C, slate. Yes, 86, 6 slate will be the more correct option, which is derived from the shale. Shale is the sedimentary rock, you can note down, from which slate is formed, which is the metamorphosed form, that is the metamorphic rock. Coming to the next question, question number 87. Which one of the following is the fastest technique for measuring organic carbon? So fastest technique, if you know the full form also, option D, total organic carbon. This is the fastest technique for measuring organic carbon. But here if it is given BOD, BOD3, BOD5, you should know that biochemical oxygen demand. To know this thing, BOD3 will be the fastest technique. That means BOD, this calculation is done in between 3 days, and this is done in 5 days. But it is asked about organic carbon, so here it will be option D, total organic carbon. Option D will be correct option. Let's move to the next question. Porosity, again it came, so I told you it is very important. Porosity of gravel is less than clay, but its permeability is high. Yes, we have discussed in question number 80 already. Question 89. Which one of the following radionuclides has the longest half-life period? So radionuclides having the longest half-life will be option A, carbon-14. You should note down carbon-14 half-life is how much? It is approximately 5730 years, 5730 years. Strontium-90 half-life is how much? It is 29 years. And that iron-131, it is having the, sorry not iron, iodine-131 half-life is how much? It is 8 days only, so this is least. And here these are in years. And then cesium-137, its half-life is how much? It is 30 years. So you should note down carbon-14 5730 years approximately, strontium 29 years, and then iodine 8 days, then cesium is 30 years. So let's move on to the next question. Next question is, for groundwater exploration in hard rock areas, the best feature can be what? So if you want to know the groundwater whether it is present or not in hard rock areas, the best feature are what? So here the correct option will be option C, interconnected fractured rocks. If you are getting, that means that place is good for groundwater, so we can explore there. Coming to the next question, question number 91. Usually the values of DO, that means dissolved oxygen, and biochemical oxygen demand are what? In what way they are related? So here they are inversely proportional to each other. Yes, if the dissolved oxygen content is more, the biochemical oxygen demand will be less. Similarly, if the dissolved oxygen content is less, the biochemical oxygen demand will be more. So vice versa. So question 91, option D will be correct. Coming to the next question, question number 92. Paleochannel can be described as what? So here for some of you it will be the new term. So here questions correct option will be option number B. Paleochannel are actually a remnant of an inactive river or stream channel. So when any river or stream channel becomes inactive, then what happens is, then that has been filled or buried by younger sediments, which is called as the paleochannel. Coming to the next question, question 93. What reagents is or are added to water treatment tank to settle colloidal particles? So here for water treatment, alum and ferric sulfate are used for settling the colloidal particles. And you should also know that here some of you will be confused between lime. So lime is actually used to neutralize the acidic effect of the alum. Yes, to neutralize the acidic effect of the alum, lime is used. Question 94. Urban areas can be identified by remotely sensed data using which of the following rectification technique? So this is from the remote sensing, and here it is very simple. It is used through urban mapping technique. Option A will be correct. Question 95. Ozone layer depletion causes the entry of a specific range of wavelength to cause human DNA damage. Yes, it is correct. But the question is asking which one of the following wavelength range is correct. So which wavelength is blocked by the ozone layer and it helps us from the harmful UV rays. From here, the correct option will be option number B, the 280 to 350 nanometer range. That means UVB is blocked by the ozone layer, which is harmful. And you should also know UVC. What is the range of UVC? UVC is the most harmful, that is 100 to 280 nanometer, but it is already blocked by the atmosphere. And here UVB 280 to 315, as I have already told. And UVA, so UVA reaches the earth, so it is in the range of 315 to 400. So it is also asked in the examination, that's why I am writing here. So UVA is 315 to 400 nanometer. So it is coming to the surface, but it causes not that much harmful effect. It can cause cataract. So let's move on to the next question. Question 96. Question 96 is which one of the following is a continental hotspot? So this is not asking about biodiversity hotspot. It is about the continental hotspot. Actually, it is hot region. That means option C will be correct, Hawaii. So here, when there is a series of the volcanoes are present under the ground, so they are called as the continental hotspot. So Hawaii will be the correct option. Question 97. In which of the following international agreements clean development mechanism, which is called as CDM, was first introduced? So whether it is Rio Summit, Montreal Protocol, Paris Agreement or Kyoto Protocol. So here the correct option will be in Kyoto Protocol. First time the clean development mechanism was introduced, and you should know in the Kyoto Protocol article number 12. Yes, in article 12 it is mentioning about the CDM, that is clean development mechanism. Let's move to the next question. Question 98. We are close to our century. Which rock is more weathering resistant? So which is more weathering resistant among the four? The correct option is option C, quartzite. So this is important. It is coming from the Bowen's reaction series, which is telling about the weathering of the rocks, which are more weathering resistant, which are less weathering resistant. And I have made a trick to remember this Bowen's reaction series, so you can check the link in the I button. It is very, very important in the examination. Let's move to the next question. Question number 99. Which one of the following statement is or are correct? So here I will tell you the answer. If you know the concept, first you will know, we'll read one by one. First is diameter of the Aitken mode particle is in between 10 and 100 nanometer. So here, what is that? It is actually a correct statement. Yes, Aitken mode particle is in between 10 to 100 nanometer. So A will be correct. Next is atmospheric particles with diameter less than 100 nanometer are known as nucleation mode particle. It is incorrect. Atmospheric particle with diameter less than or equal to 50 nanometer are known as nucleation mode particles. You should note down this thing. So it is false. Next is hygroscopic airborne particles act as an efficient cloud condensation nuclei. It is correct. That is true. So first true, then false, then true. Last statement will read saturation mixing ratio is inversely proportional to temperature. So I'll clear all this thing. So that is what? This statement is also incorrect, because saturation mixing ratio is directly proportional to the temperature. So when the temperature increases, saturation mixing ratio increases and vice versa. So here which option will be correct? Option number A will be correct. True, false, true, false. So first statement true, next incorrect, then true, then also incorrect. Coming to the last question. What is the spatial resolution of LIS3 sensor? So this is what? This is a direct question. So option A will be correct. 23.5 meter is the spatial resolution for LIS3 sensor. So if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel to get all further updates. All the very best for the examination. See you guys in our next video. Till then, keep smiling and believe in yourself.